Hi guys, it's Claire Matara from the Amazon area in Peru. It's the 7th of March 2022 and I did another video this morning, but that was about Louisa Hay, You Can Heal Your Life and You Can Heal Your Body, so this one. And now I'm doing something about a friend of hers who's worked with her and was part of the same business that Louisa Hay set up. It's called Hay House, and this is Doreen Virtue. Doreen Virtue did a lot of cards, which I found very, very helpful. So again, reprogramming your mind, the cards help you with having more positive thoughts, and I found them extremely helpful over my time of developing myself from the beginning of around 2000, so the last 22 years. I used to be an artist before that, so I have apart from being a mother and a carer for aged people, but I'm very visual, and I really relate to pictures. So for me, working with the cards has been really, really helpful. Maybe some people who are not so inclined find it not so important. They think, okay, what's the value of these pictures, you know? But some people are more related to sound, or more related to moving things. But for me, these pictures have really triggered my mind, and I want to talk about a few of these. Doreen Virtue, when I first heard of her, I thought, oh yeah, Virtue, and she's a professor of a PhD of psychology, and I thought, oh, you know. But I found that her work was very, very good, even though now she's I believe she's gone to a Christian group that decided that all tarot and cards were part of the devil, so she's given that away. But for me, it's been extremely helpful, and I thank her for having made this beautiful body of work of cards that have been very helpful and inspirational for many people over the time. And a lot of them are sort of like living little prayers, you know, like. There's one card in her goddesses that is Mother Mary, and when we got this one, we're always thinking, oh, we're going to get a miracle, and hope would spring in your heart. You start to feel like it's going to be okay, you know, and the fact that you're seeing that and you're thinking it's going to be okay, it's going to really help you to attract a better solution to the situation. Another card she made was Mary Magdalene, and that's to do with forgiving yourself and forgiving others, and thinking about the situation in a much more positive way. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So she's always a good reminder of things we may do to ourselves and to others by judging too much of ourselves and our people that are close to us, or even people just in the street thinking, oh, they're not valuable, or, you know, the little things that go through our mind that are really quite bad, and don't bring you a good result. This one is also nice because transformation from a caterpillar into a butterfly, that image is very good. And sometimes when people got this card, I would, and also for myself, I had a husband who died, the thought that somebody died and loves you still can be very, very helpful. So if someone pulls that card, I usually know there is something to look at related to somebody who died in their life, or someone who is not in their life anymore, even though they may not have physically died. This one's very sweet, Kuan Yin. So really, I plug for these cards because they are very positive and helpful, and they're not in any way kind of directing you to evil thoughts or evil things. Even though sometimes I found that some of the more so-called evil cards help me to be aware of a problem, or in myself and in others, to be able to clean it. So sometimes you need to have a focus on what's wrong so that you can fix it, and that's. But at the same time, it's always good to think of something that's more positive, so you can actually. Like my Baba said, you walk in the light, you switch on the light, and then suddenly everything is more clear to you than when you're actually in the dark. So how you switch on the light is your own choice, and and we have to sort of struggle with it at this time because it hasn't been taught to us in our schools, it hasn't been taught to us in the universities, and it's something that we have to work on at the moment because the world is not really working out very good at the moment, and we have to kind of really think more and more positive, and all our positive thoughts go to the help uplift humanity to the right direction. Here is another. This one was very, very important to me. It's past lives. I made some notes on it. I sometimes over the years I write on my cards. So this one was very important because it actually reminded me that I had a block way back in Lemuria, which was, I don't know for sure any of this, it's just been channeled information, but way back in Lemuria when I was killed with an enchanted knife, and this plunged the whole area and a whole bunch of people into darkness. So that was part of my mission, to realize that and to try and change it and to become somebody who tries to make that situation better. So Lemuria in this story is close to 20,000 years ago, so in our written history we have nothing about that, but there is a lot of people who have channeled information about Atlantis and Lemuria, and they were civilizations that were here before there was a great upheaval. And yesterday, listening to David Wilcock, I saw that maybe that upheaval had to do with different groups, maybe Atlantis and Lemuria using nuclear power, which actually affected the Earth and knocked it off its orbit and twisted the Earth in a way that Atlantis became the South Pole. I feel that maybe Tibet actually remains some of that, because as the Earth was tilted, the waters of the ocean started flowing over a lot of places in the Earth, and this was how basically a whole lifestyle and situation was wiped out. Civilizations with mega structures and very high level of information and culture, and maybe working with aliens, I'm not sure. So this is what I found was very important for me, this card, to actually look at that time of 20,000 years ago, and I started channeling about it and started to look for things in which I could make it better, and one of that became my calling to go to South America. So this card had something to do with me making some really, really big decisions in my life. And looking back on it, I'm not sorry. I think it's actually been very good. It's made me a lot more independent, especially of social welfare and systems that are sometimes only too easy in our so-called culture of the West. And it also, I mean, it's a nice thought that we get social welfare, but at the same time, it also kind of sometimes kills initiative and doing your own thing and making something, relying more on God and trusting more in the universe. So I've been here 15 years and I've never been without food or shelter or anything. I didn't have a pension, and it's been an amazing process to call on myself on other levels and discover other levels in myself that help me to make my life work out better. And I think if I can do it, then everybody else can try and do it, and that's why I want to share this information so that people will be able to find ways in which they can do it too. So here is one other one, is segment, which indicates that you're stronger than you think you are. And sometimes when I've kind of felt like, I can't do this, this card would come up and say, come on, you can do this. And it was really good, because as you're reaching out to make something better of yourself, you can be an inspiration for others and feel more confidence in yourself. This was also a nice one. The shaman who channels information and becomes a channel for the medicine energies that are constantly going through the earth. So beautiful cards, and the other box that I worked with was also from Doreen Virtue. The angels, very, very helpful, a bit more simple. And then a later one she did was the tarot cards by the angels. And also, I didn't buy that here, I've got it in Australia. You can't get tarot cards very easily here in South America. But this one was very, very helpful, and I'd still work with it now. It's actually a proper tarot deck, but it has been slanted towards the angels, so she did a really good job in bringing more light into that situation. So that's another little segment that I want to say about uplifting your own mind and looking into your patterns and thoughts, and having a wonderful help from these cards. So I recommend them. Getting some simple cards is always very uplifting, and just choose something that you know is good. You know, that's going to help you to think more of God and the angels and of positive figures than sitting in your own pit of misery. Okay, that's it for now. God bless, and thank you very much for watching. And please share it if you think that it's worth sharing, and subscribe and give me a like. That helps. God bless, and till another time. Bye bye.